Hey, good morning, YouTube. So we're back at it. We're down in Alta Vista, Virginia, and we are at 6376. I'm just talking to myself. No, I'm just vlogging. I got a YouTube channel. It's not very popular, but that's okay. 6376 Bedford Highway. This is Carter's General Store. So we came into Thousand Trails down in Gladys, Lynchburg area, Virginia. We were there again. So let me turn this around. I'll show you a picture of this general store here. So here it is. Carter's General Store, Leesville, Virginia. 1880s. So this old boy's been here for quite a while. Came across on my Facebook somewhere. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, something like that. So yeah, let's go in here and check this out. And of course the sun's coming out now, and hopefully we're going to get a sunny day out of this. We're also heading to Bedford, Virginia, to the have a D-Day memorial out in Bedford, which I've seen a little I think I've seen it on TikTok or Instagram. It looks pretty cool. I'll give you a little history about Bedford and the Bedford Boys, which is why this D-Day landing memorial is in Bedford. So well, let's go check this store out first and see what's inside.
Go get them, brothers.
Golf oil, some old wool aid. Lifesavers. Yeah. I'm looking at this one. I wonder if that's uranium glass. It looks kind of green. I didn't bring a rad meter with me. Oh, there's some Pepsi bottles up there. Look at that. Dr. Pepper. Okay. Ad machine. Those are, I think these are insulators for electric lines. I'm not sure. They were all over the place in Pennsylvania. You'd see them. We had one of those. I remember that. Still got the mantles on it too. Old lanterns. Those for sale. They do have some other stuff in here just for sale. We got some food. Somebody needs some SpaghettiOs. Some dog food. Ooh. Who don't like a good cream pie, right? Anyhow. Let's see. Look at that, Dad. There you go. Go Hokies. Pepsi. What we got over there? You want a vice? You need a vice? There's the front of the store up here. I did talk to the owner who was over there. He said this is one of the top 20 oldest general stores still open in the U.S. So it's been here for quite a while.
I don't know if it's for reality or not, but well, I do. It's all I try to do. You gotta have competition. Competition gotta win. That's all there is to it. They made me think.
Here's the other side. Look at that. Old Baltimore Colts, who left Memorial Stadium in the middle of the night. As my grandfather, Stan Duran, would say, bunch of bums.
We just serve the locals here during the week, but our popular time is Friday and Saturday. And we have Friday night fish fries, and Saturday we have usually live music like bluegrass or gospel. During breakfast we do a brunch. So that's become more and more of our popular time. But
Yeah, I saw on your Facebook page, I saw you had bluegrass bands and stuff,
Yeah.
you know, like on like one of the outside areas. And
yeah, right out here in the back, you can see through the window. We're going to start doing it annual now, maybe even twice a year, because it was such a big hit. People loved the venue and the setting.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did. We had 5 bluegrass bands all day Saturday Memorial Day weekend. Set a big fifth wheel gooseneck trailer up and had people sitting all across the lawn out there. We had, for us, it was a big day. It was a great day. We had 250 people here.
That's pretty good.
It was decent. And I think just being the first day, and folks came from all over Virginia. Somebody came from Northern Neck, Fredericksburg,
Okay.
Chesterfield, Richmond. So
And how many bands were playing?
5.
5?
And so for $10, they got in and stay all day and listen to 5 bands.
That's pretty good for $10. So. Now, were they just doing it as for free, or were they?
But yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I only had to pay one of them.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
And they were more of a top recording band. They were kind of the draw.
Okay.
But they played twice. We actually had them both. All 5 bands had stage presence twice for the day. So it's almost like seeing 10 bands.
Right.
10 different events. So people came in and we had them park across the road. We had a large, about a 7/10 of an acre field, or about an acre field. Excuse me, 2-acre field. And we had the public parked over there, and people brought their hot rods and their crews in. They cruised in over there.
So a little car show too.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great weekend.
Yeah. We're doing it again November 2nd. We're having a Jeep rally.
Oh.
And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We have them set up here in the lot. They bring in all their cool retro Jeeps and stuff, and then we have live music all day. We're doing Brunswick Stew in the morning.
Okay.
So it'll be ready when they get here.
And it's November 2nd.
November 2nd, yep.
Ooh. When was this photo taken?
Yeah, I was going to tell you about this. This is a watercolor of a remake of a 1905 photograph that was done by the local paper. Now, granted, the business started in about 1879. So my great-grandfather who started the business was still living. And so this is him right here in the picture. That's Lewis Crawford Carter,
Okay.
in 1905. This is my grandfather. He was, he was about 15, I guess. And then he took over the store in 1916 because great-granddaddy, we called him Big Daddy, actually dropped dead of a heart attack walking to work from the house back here that morning. He'd been here since 1879 to 1916. And Granddaddy ran it from then until 1961.
Okay.
And then all these other fellas in here, that's my grandmother, Big Mama, great-grandmother. All these other fellas in here got their own story, their ancestors to so many people around here. People come in and go, oh, there's Moon, there's Alan Snow, and all kinds. So this is a picture of my grandfather later in 1946 sitting around the front of the porch.
Okay.
And he looked like that all the time. Same hat, same tie, same shirt all the time. So you notice there's a Craddock Terry shoe store sign up here. Craddock Terry was one of the 4th largest shoe manufacturers in North America. Actually, I think in the world. They had most of the U.S. Army contract for making all the boots and shoes and core fam stuff for the military. And they're in Lynchburg. They did go out of business about 25 years ago, but we were distributors for them, and I still have some over there on the shelves. And they're actually pre-1900 shoes that we had that were display models. Pretty neat. The building to the side, there was a tack shop and a furrier. Because because as you can see, it's all horse and buggy.
Yeah, back
For a
then.
while. We didn't even have electricity here until 1939.
So you got electricity in 1939. Okay.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah. You can see from this is kind of interesting too. You can see from this picture that we got stone foundation here, but you don't see it out front now because as the road expanded, the store had to be moved. The store was actually sitting right against the road up there.
Okay.
So during the 1900s, the store had to be moved twice. Second time was 1949, just to get it back because of the expanded right-of-way for the highway department.
So they picked the store up and drug it back.
They did.
On logs, I guess, and kind of rolled it.
They put on big beams.
Right.
And those big trucks
Uh-huh.
made with a bulldozer or something and pull it back.
And they
Moved it back.
They moved it twice.
Yeah, I got pictures of that somewhere.
So it's not even on its original foundation.
Right.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. 2 stories. Now, I think the upstairs was used always as a supply and like a tack shop.
Okay, nobody lived up there?
Only during the Great Depression. Both my uncles lived up there to kind of watch over the store after the Depression.
Right.
And then both those guys ended up going to World War II, and I have their jackets and uniforms hanging up in the back.
I saw them in the back.
Yeah, those are my direct uncles there. My mother, I'm a Carter by my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the youngest of 6, and her older brother is the one, Kelvin, who ran the store. This is him. In about 2003 or something like that. He died in 2008. So he ran the store about 46 years. So the previous 3 generations ahead of me all ran the store about 40 plus years. And we bought the store back. It sat vacant. A local guy had it and thought he was going to open it, and he never did. I got it back in 2019. We've been running it. This year was our 5th year back open.
Oh, so yeah, okay. Now, was all this stuff in here just kind of left?
Most of it. A lot of it.
Yeah.
A lot of things have been donated also.
Yeah, I saw one in the back that said donated by or on loan by,
Yeah. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's a good place to, if somebody has stuff to display it.
Yeah.
And allow other people to, enjoy it.
Exactly. That's what people have done. Many people come in and say almost those exact words. They've come and said, I got this just sitting in my house. It's not doing anybody any good. It needs to be down here on display. So they brought it down. And some people gave me their stuff.
Right.
And some just said, this is on loan, and we'll put a note beside it.
Sure.
And that's pretty cool. Kind of little fun discoveries. When we first got the store back and I was upstairs cleaning out, I found this ledger. And it's pretty neat. I just gently opened it up, wondering just where it came from, how far back. And as I got back towards in here, the monthly ledgers, if you notice, you see January, I think it was June 1917.
Okay.
So that was the first year my grandfather was actually running the store fully himself. And these are the things he purchased, we believe, that month. And so his total expenses that month were...
Is that 1,000?
1,000 or is it 100?
10,000?
1,058.21.
1,000. That's a lot of money back then.
A lot of money back then. When the store was here, it was actually a store in the 1950s known as a snow store. 1850s, and the volume that was being done in the 1850s and 60s in equivalent to today's dollars after you factor inflation,
Right.
close to $400,000 a month in volume. Unbelievable amount of volume.
Wow.
Because everything was sold here, and there was no Alta Vista.
Right.
Lynchburg was just barely getting started, and now Lynchburg has become a huge 170,000 population city.
Right. It's a small city.
It is. And Alta Vista took over in 1906. And the reason for the demise really was because there were 2 railroads that evolved down there in Alta Vista. The Lane Company came in. Lane Cedar Chest, Lane Furniture, the headquarters was right here 6 miles away.
Okay.
And that took off, and they built a whole town out of that. And it really just kind of shut down where Leesville was going. Leesville was started by Captain John Lee. And he came here, if you think about it, late 1700s, and settled this area and actually created one of the first master plan communities, I believe, in the whole country. I have a map that shows that. I have to find that. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it in here. Here you go. See that?
So that was
done in the late 1700s.
okay.
Recorded early 1800s. And those lots were sold. He came here and bought a bunch of the property and built the house across the street, which is just like that one and this one. They're both built late 1700s. That one across the street was built with all brick that was wagon train from Jamestown.
Okay.
And we believe, legend has it, that brick actually came from England in the bows of the ships as ballast coming over empty.
Oh,
And
they
would
weigh
empty
it
the
down.
brick
Yeah.
and take cargo back, take
Right.
all the supplies. So we grew things here in the course of the United States that wasn't getting grown in Europe
Right.
or in England. So
We sure had good tobacco too,
tobacco especially.
especially from the Southern Maryland area where I was
Yeah.
from. My wife used to actually, they actually raised some tobacco.
There you go.
Yeah. So I call her like I tease her sometimes like you're one of them field people, you know.
Right.
She's 12 years old driving a tractor, topping tobacco and cutting it and
Right.
spearing it and everything else. So
Yeah, we used to work hard. And of course, we were healthier too because we ate food right off the land.
right.
A whole nother story. But
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
we got the family ended up getting into very entrepreneurial. In about 1900, Granddaddy started a cannery, so just over the hill here, and I've still got cans and labels in the back from that. And they canned tomatoes and peaches until 1949.
Okay.
And the government came and established contracts with a lot of these canning factories in the area. And literally every week, a semi would show up and load up with canned tomatoes and peaches and take them off and send them out to war. And my two uncles actually saw the Leesville Moons Mountain tomatoes in their mess hall in New Guinea.
Oh wow! So they're in New
World War
Guinea
II.
and they're getting food from their hometown.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
From their dad.
from their dad. Yeah. So that's got to feel good.
How
You know,
about
a little bit of home when you're so far away, especially over in New Guinea. So,
Right.
oh, that's really cool. Yeah, that would be pretty wild to see. You know, like,
Pretty neat.
hey, look at this. Oh yeah, that was my dad made that.
Yeah.
Like they're like, really? Yeah,
Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
So they were down there working, of course, underneath McCarthy's reign in the Pacific, and my older uncle was actually on the bow of the Missouri during VJ Day, the signing of the Treaty of Japan.
Right.
So he said, "You see that famous picture, all those white uniforms?"
Right.
I said, "Well, which one are you?" He said, "All I can tell you is I'm the one in white."
Right. I'm up there somewhere, you know. I'm sure after all those years, it's like, yeah, I'm up there somewhere. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember where I was standing. And everybody looks the same. They're all, they're all this big around, and they're all, wearing white, so you really can't tell. But yeah, I'm up there somewhere.
Too cool.
Yeah, well, that's cool. And you're the owner.
I'm the owner. My name's Kyle Goldsmith. My mom and dad have both passed, but we live in the house in the home place that now has been in the family since 1903. Handed down from my great-grandfather and my grandfather to my mom and dad in 1972. They bought it from my grandmother. And then they both passed in the last, my dad passed 4 years ago last month. And so we moved in just before he passed, taking care of him. So,
Right.
so it's worked out really kind of storybook, to tell you the truth. It's kind of, we pinch ourselves sometimes. But it's always a kind of a vision I had even as a kid. I used to come in here with my uncles, run the place, get candy.
Right.
I'd get, Hershey bar and a 16-ounce Pepsi for 25 cents.
Right.
And sometimes I would wonder what it would be like to be Uncle Calvin. Now, not exactly be him, but I mean, what it would be like to actually run this store.
Right.
Because of the family heritage and history here. And it took a long time before it actually materialized.
And look at you now.
And
is this
now
your...
we've got a venue going, we've got entertainment going, and that's become much more of our attraction is becoming a venue. We're going to be going on the historic register for the state.
That's good. And I see you got food in there, so you
Great food. We evolved into much more of a cooking facility than we ever have been. And my ancestors, it used to be all hard goods and maybe just sandwiches on the side, but now with competition with Dollar Generals and stuff, it's tough to compete with those guys and their prices. And,
yeah. But the cooking's doing good, and you're bringing in a lot of people with, the bluegrass venues and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good.
Yeah. Every Friday night we do live music and fish fries with other things on the menu. We're famous for our hoop cheese out of Wisconsin and our fried bologna.
Fried bologna and hoop cheese.
Yeah, but we do burgers, hoop Philly cheesesteaks, which are phenomenal. And we do wings periodically, onion rings, cheese sticks. We named a lot of our menu is named after a lot of local people that I grew up with around here. Just old villains and characters that we named a lot of our sandwiches after.
Right.
Like our El Rey. This guy was about 6'8", strong as an ox, and really don't think he had anything between his ears. so he's got named after our large half-inch fried bologna sandwich. Bologna, cheese, fried onions on a big, huge hamburger bun.
Well, I would personally view that as an honor to have a sandwich named after me.
Sure.
So
That's the way I look at it. I really
Yeah.
do. It's in a way to honor
Right.
our past and our history and just what did happen here. It helps educate people who do come and learn a little bit more about the area
right.
and what we're all about.
All right, and that's definitely why we stopped by, and I'm glad I stopped by, and I'm definitely glad I found it. So, and on a side note, they're also a Harvest Host. So if you got a Harvest Host membership, they will park you back here in this field area, so you can. It's a little level up in there, but yeah, they're a Harvest Host. So, hey, if you got a Harvest Host membership, you're out here, definitely check them out.